Hi everyone, I'm Charles Davis, and I'll once again be taking you across the country to meet some outstanding young athletes. We'll begin today in Texas, where Joe McCann tells us about a pair of teammates whose friendship has been an important part of their rise to the top. That's this week's Car Shield 5-Star feature.
Just outside of Dallas, Tyrese Maxey and Chris Harris are writing their final chapter together at South Garland High School. It's just the latest installment of a long story that goes back to elementary school.
I first met Tyrese in the 3rd grade when he was playing with another team. And I was messing with him, I was shooting floaters. And his little brother played on the team with me, and I was like, I kept telling him my floater was automatic. And we didn't really know each other at the time. And when we first played together, it was 5th grade nationals, and when we got on the court together, it just clicked. And he joined the team that I was on, and he spent the night at my house the same day.
Ever since then, the two have been best friends and a dynamic combination on the court.
When those guys chose South Garland as a high school, they were able to play spring ball with us as 8th graders. And they went out and looked like they had been playing varsity basketball for years and years. And I said, okay, we may have something special here.
What's made them such a lethal duo? First, their games complement each other, with Tyrese being the high-volume scorer who's always attacking the basket, and Chris the deadly outside shooter with a tough football player mentality. Beyond that, they have a sixth sense for where each other is on the court, and that creates an unbreakable chemistry.
I think because we know where each other are going to be. Like, as soon as I get the outlet, I know he's going to try to run to the corner or run to the three-point line somewhere, so I'm always looking for him. And same with him. As soon as he gets the outlet and I'm running, he knows where I'm going to be in the spots that we're going to be in. We find each other. He knows where I'm at, I know where he's at. And more than likely, on the fast break, he's going there for the lob. More than likely, I'm on the fast break, I'm going to the corner ready to shoot the three. But like, we build off each other, and we just love playing with each other.
They work so hard, and then they're playing together, and they're feeding off each other. If Chris got it going, Reese is going to do whatever he can to get it to him. And if Reese has it going, Chris is going to do whatever it takes to get to him.
Tyrese is a John Wall, De'Aaron Fox hybrid that can really shoot it. You know, he has the downhill speed like both of those guards. He gets after opposing players defensively like John Wall. Chris is he's passionate. You know, he's really passionate about his craft. He works tirelessly at it. He shoots the cover off of it, but he's become more dynamic. And if you look at him, the kid has a body like a grown man. So we want him to be able to use that and getting to the rim, getting fouled, and you know, he shoots right at 90% from the free throw line. So,
with Chris and Tyrese leading the way, South Garland has become one of the best teams in Texas. The highlights so far: going to state last season. It was the first time any South Garland High School sports team had reached the state tournament.
Being the first and just heading that up, it meant the world to me. Those guys cemented their legacy. That's something that, you know, no one can take away from them, whether we won or lost.
It was big. Of course, we wanted to win it, but just to be able to make it that far, just to beat Coach Parker's team, his team went to regionals, and go one step further than that meant a lot to us. It was a blessing. We got there, and it felt great to know that we had an opportunity to go and win it, but we got one more go at it.
Like a lot of top prospects, both Tyrese and Chris had opportunities to transfer to higher profile basketball programs for their senior seasons. And while they both considered it, ultimately they decided to finish what they started here at South Garland High School.
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, they were very adamant. There were a lot of people, including some of us parents, that tried to push them to do something different. But they were very, very consistent. They wanted to stay here. Garland was their hometown. They really wanted to bring a state championship to this city.
We, even in our household, would say, man, you sure you don't want to explore the opportunity of doing a prep school, get more exposure, you play against, you know, better competition. And he was like, no, I want to finish it, you know, with my brothers. And so to see them to truly have a bond, a brotherhood, and to try to accomplish something together is refreshing this day and age, because a lot of kids are all about themselves, and these guys are more about, you know, each other.
It was important because we started together, so we decided that we were going to finish together. We've been with the guys on the team that are all seniors right now since we were like 5th, 4th grade, so we wanted to win the state championship together. At the beginning of every year, we always state, build your legacy, and we built it.
No matter how this season ends, both the Harris and Maxey families are thrilled about the future. After years of being teammates, the boys will be opponents in the SEC next season, as Chris is headed to Texas A&M, while Tyrese has signed with Kentucky.
It's great. And I have to buy 2 shirts. I've got to buy one for Texas A&M, and I have to keep spirit wear for University of Kentucky, so it's great.
Oh, I'm excited. Saving up on all now. I'm gonna hit the highway. I'm going everywhere.
It's gonna be fun. We're always gonna have fun. We're competitive. We both are competitors, and it's gonna be a lot of laughing, a lot of seriousness, of course. But at the end of the day, we're still gonna be best friends.
We dreamt of this freshman year, you know, and it came true. And now we're one step closer to our ultimate goal.
That ultimate goal, of course, is the NBA. Lofty as it may be, it gets a little closer each day. Wherever basketball takes these two, they'll always have their friendship and a proud community that has enjoyed watching their journey.
They both can play professionally at some level.
It's a dream come true because I see all the work they put in, the getting up at 5 in the morning, the constant, just can't do things that the other kids do because they're not normal kids.
It's been a long journey, and so when that, whatever the future holds, if it's ultimately the NBA, it'll be a very proud day for both of us and our entire family.
Those guys, they've worked hard for it. They did it the right way. They represented our school, our community, and more so, their families in the right manner. You won't hear of anything bad about those two, and so they deserve the success that they got in terms of signing those athletic scholarships.
So while this may be the final chapter at South Garland, both of these young stars still have plenty of writing to do. In Garland, Texas, I'm Joe McCann.